Hello, hello, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included, Kasumi's Asteroid. Today's part 3. We're gonna maybe try to get some gold by taming that gold volcano that we found in the last episode of the series, and go from there. Just getting myself together here, getting everything together, and we should be loading in here in a few minutes. All right, let's get ready to go here. We're just going to do a quick overview from yesterday. Take a look at what's going on. We've got our crazy hydrogen, plastic, and reed fiber. We cycle 179 with 8 dupes, 175,000 kcals and growing. We've got plastic, we've got steel, we've got our bathrooms and our bedrooms set up, but our base still looks pretty crappy. We've got 2 arbor acorn trees. We need 3 more to finish this nature reserve that we're building. We broke into this biome last night and pretty much cleaned out all the resources that were in there. We're not going to touch this hydrogen volcano until we get more gold. If you are in the room, say hi on chat if you don't mind. I always like to know who I'm talking to. Whether sodium synthesizer here. And we've gotten into the oil biome. I love the new textures. The new textures are so cool now. I love the crude oil texture. I love the saltwater texture. I really do love all the textures. We still haven't gone up pretty much above where our top of our base is. We're probably going to do that today. Maybe get up into the space biome. I know I want to clean out this slime area here, drop the water down, and go from there. First thing I'm probably going to do is head over here and build that up. Because we dropped that water. We don't want the water to go to the left. We want it to go to the right into this tank. So I'm going to grind this abyssalite down a little bit more here. Give us a little bit more room so that everything's not on par with that tile. Let's see where our gas levels are. We got plenty of oxygen, very breathable. Almost too much oxygen to where we might suffer some... Oh, we need to plug that in. I forgot I had that on... Oh no, that's plugged in. So, oh, the automation's unplugged. I forgot about that. So let me fix that so we can get rid of that carbon dioxide. There we go. As our carbon dioxide now is where it should be. So the way this automation works, I've got automation set up. If you look at the gas screen here, you can see the black. That's all carbon dioxide that's built up. And because it's high enough, it's starting to get into our nature reserve. So this little automation gas element sensor will detect if oxygen is present. If oxygen is not present, it will send out a red signal. If the oxygen is present, it will send out a green signal. So what I've done is I've connected it to a NOT gate, which will reverse the signal. So if oxygen is not there and it's red, it sends the red signal. Then the NOT gate flips it to a green. Now, if that green signal is active for more than about 25 or 30 seconds, it'll then send another green signal down to our buffer gate, which will then turn this gas pump on for a certain amount of time, about 25 to 30 seconds of time. So that kind of takes care of that automation. If you're wondering about the automation up here for the restrooms, basically I set up weight plates on the bottom of each device. The weight plate is positioned underneath what we call the duplicate activity square, I guess. I don't know how else to explain it, so let me show you. If we go into the lavatory here, and you'll notice that the mouse hovers around the pipe entrance. That's the interaction square. So as long as you place whatever automation or anything like that, and it is within that little white square right there, it'll turn on the lights. So the weight sensor will detect if a dupe is using the restroom or the sink, send a green signal up to the light, which will turn it on. This little buffer gate here on both sides just says that the green signal has to be active for at least 1.5 seconds to turn the light on. Otherwise, anybody who walks in here, if they're running across to use the restroom, we don't want to be wasting electricity. Light also generates heat, and we don't want to make sure that heat's being generated as well. I know it's a minuscule amount considering that it's only a 10-watt lamp, but every freaking kilojoule watt of electricity is important to save. Down here, the way this works is that these are Drecos. Drecos can be sheared either for plastic or in the regular Dreco, reed fiber. Reed fiber is important for Atmos suits. The glossy Dreco is plastic. They can only regrow their scales in the hydrogen. So as long as they're in the hydrogen, they can regrow their scales. But the problem is I can't grow food in hydrogen because the meal lice, which is what they like to eat, will not grow there. So I have to, until I build a proper Dreco ranch, I have to let the scales grow here and then eventually move them into the stable where they'll be sheared and where they can eat. They're going to be over cramped, I guess you would say, and they'll lay less eggs. We're going to lose a few. But right now, that's not my priority. My priority is to get as much plastic and reed fiber as I can. Eventually, I'll build them a proper ranch, and that goes. Down here is our mushroom ranch. I see one of the little guys got away, so we want to make sure we wrangle him to get him back. We also have a couple here that we need to wrangle and get into the hydrogen so we can tame them and all that good stuff. Here's an egg. I'll grab that egg, and I'll move it up to the hydrogen. Now I am pretty heavily modded. I do play with a lot of mods, so if there's a mod you don't like or you think it's cheating, a few of my viewers didn't like the reroll, so I got rid of that. I got rid of the 100% minor yield, those kind of things. I'm playing for the most part vanilla. I do have a couple of buildings that I feel like should be in the main game, but I'm trying to refrain from using them, rather than going for like liquid locks and things like that that are in the base game that are vanilla. I really do wish, though, that they would come up with a proper airlock. I really, really do. Anyway, we have our cool steam vent down here. That erupts at about 230 degrees Fahrenheit, so we definitely don't want that going off right now. We don't have the ability to stifle any heat. We've got a saltwater geyser here, churning out liquids at 203 degrees, which is freaking a lot heavy for our base. We definitely don't want all of our plants and creatures overheating. And there was a huge abyssalite break here, so I had to build the insulated tiles. Otherwise, all this heat was going to escape in this room. You can see the difference when it comes to heat. This is sitting at 156. It's erupting at 210. And this is only 91 degrees. We'll eventually get some Weezeworts. Now, this was our good find up here. We're going to be digging this out most likely sometime today, and we're going to build a tank. This is our cool salt slush geyser. This is a game changer. If you don't have one of these on your asteroid, you are going to be in trouble because this thing erupts at like negative 14 degrees. We can uncork it. All this over here will get super cold over time. It's definitely a game changer, that asteroid. Just checking out my dupes, make sure everybody's doing something. I have a quality of life mod that I use that's called Mass Move. And so what I like to do is to give the dupes something to do so they're not all just standing around doing nothing. I'll set it to a really low priority, like a 2. And as you'll notice in the 2 previous streams, if you rewatch them, I forgot to click off Critter Egg and Critter. And they end up moving my critters around, which is annoying. But I usually set it to a really low priority. And then I'll just sweep everything here. Put it right outside the door. Set it to 2. Do it again. Set it outside the door. Do it again. Set it outside the door. And then lastly, do it again and set it outside the door. The reason why I do this is because debris can cause a lot of issues for your dupe, especially because it destroys decor. For sure, it destroys decor. And it makes it where the dupes are just straight unhappy. So, get all that done. I'm basically just doing it here. If you want to see how it affects it, I can click this little box here. This is for decor value. And look at that, negative 345. All because of debris. Debris is negative 307. So it really does do a little nasty to your base and your dupes. Because your dupes' morale, besides being based on their general happiness, decor can make a huge difference in their morale. And the higher the decor, the better. I think I just saw the other day on Reddit that somebody actually got their dupe to 100 decor. Hey, what's up, my man? Just getting started. Thank you so much for shouting out in the chat. I really appreciate it. But yeah, the decor is freaking so important for your dupe's happiness. So the main thing now is this, they'll keep busy. So whenever there's downtime, we're going to be cleaning out this area next. Make sure they can get to, oh, that's why they're not doing it, because I have these squares that are not able to be dug out. We're going to do everything we can to get some gold today. Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. It's I think my 6th overall stream, and I'm trying, man. I want to try to be as polished as I can, but I still have so much to learn about streaming. It's crazy. My whole goal is to, like, I notice a lot of streamers, they just play. But for me, I also want to teach. Now, Echo Ridge Gaming, who's my idol, that's the guy who I kind of want to be like. He is so good at explaining everything. So good. But, you know, he's way out of my league. But I'm going to try. Heck, why not? So this is our printing pod. This will allow us to choose either a new dupe, recap, or a care package. I already have 8 dupes, so I definitely don't want another one right now, let alone one of these. They're just not doing what I want them to do. So I'm going to take the algae. But what I'm looking for, the next dupe I want is a tidier supplier, so that it's a pick 'em up, set 'em down dupe, as Echo Ridge would say. And they're really good at cleaning and storing and all that stuff. Yep. Got to 17 followers today, so thank you to everybody who's followed so far. And we've got a few subscriptions, so thank you to those people as well. I so appreciate it. I need another 8 followers to get to affiliate status, I think. Yep. Oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate the sub. That's awesome. Might as well, right? Amazon provides it. I really appreciate that. I went to your channel. I know that you haven't done anything in a while, but I did go to there and I subscribed and I liked the video that you posted 3 years ago in kind. Yep. So I have to probably log out or take a break around 8:15. as I have an important phone call I got to take. So we got about 3 hours, 15 minutes, and then I might jump on back after that to finish the stream. But FYI, I may have to disappear for a minute. It has to do with my job situation. If you didn't already, follow me from the other couple of days, I lost my job recently, and it hasn't been fun. So I'm working about that, dealing with that, and at the same time trying to have a positive attitude and be a decent streamer. And who knows how things will work out for me. But my point of view is honesty is the best policy, no matter what. Always be honest, no matter what. Do the right thing when nobody's looking. And wherever you work, get to know the people outside your department, because those people are not just working, for or with you. Those people are very important to your success. Absolutely, I'd love to collab. I was thinking, I'm trying to talk my son into it, but I was thinking about doing some Project Zomboid. We could maybe play that together. That'd be pretty sweet. You stream on your end, I stream on mine, and we play some Project Zomboid. I'm not good at it. I totally suck. But I'm willing to give it a try. Does my voice sound okay? Is it too loud, too quiet? I just bought a new mic, and I got it yesterday. LOL. And so far, so good. My old cheap plastic headphone with a mic, you could barely hear me even if I turned up the decibels to like 9. But this one I had to actually turn it down. It was too loud. So what we're doing is we're just digging up. We're clearing out a biome. We're clearing out a swamp biome, which is pretty large size. We're dropping all the water down. The nice thing about swamp biomes is, especially if you don't have a lot of algae, is that it'll off-gas. It'll off-gas polluted oxygen, but it'll also off-gas slime lung germs. And if your little dupes get slime lung, it doesn't kill them, but it will slow them down, make them inefficient, and they get debuffs. So you definitely don't want to. Oh, nice. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, you got to tell all the boys at work and gals that, what I'm doing now, and hopefully they can all jump on and support and keep me boosted, because this definitely is a hard time for me. I'll tell you what, I've never been let go before, and to have been let go like that was not fun. And it's weird because I'm just not used to not having a job. I'm not used to not having a schedule. Oh, sure. I purchased a basic Amazon Prime mic. I'll send you a link for it. But it's a basic Amazon basic streaming mic. $25 on Amazon. It looked good. It had a lot of good reviews. I think it's 1,800 reviews at like a 4.8 or 4.9. Oh, that's nice. But yeah, it was like 25, 26 bucks. So that's kind of nice. Yeah, we got to blow this schist up, if you will. We got to make this a thing. And I share the wealth, bro. Everyone, if I succeed, we're all going to succeed. We're collabs, promotional stuff, merchandise, whatever. It doesn't matter. Sky's the limit, 17 followers today, and who knows a year from now or 2 years from now where we'll be. I'm not greedy. I'm not looking for a lot, but it'd just be nice to make a living. Even if it's just a small living, just enough to feed my family of me and my wife, as my kids are pretty much grown now. Yeah, well, the reason why my headset, I think I paid $99.99 for it through Amazon, and it was so I could play EVE Online and get on Discord with my friends to play. But EVE Online, or as they like to call it, Spreadsheets in Space, was more of a job than it was a game. So I kind of like, I gave up. It was my COVID. What I should have been doing is trading stocks. During COVID, I know the market crashed a little bit, but boy, did people make a lot of money in the stock market during COVID. And my stupid ass was playing video games. EVE Online, a job. Not only was I working for free, but like I was spending 8 to 10 hours a day mining fake material, just kind of like this, and then keeping track of it on spreadsheets. I will. That's the plan. And here comes all that wonderful water, or polluted water. Look at that. Yep, that's the plan. I mean, my family's skeptical, but I'm the type of person, I think you know me from work, that once I've decided something, once I've kind of sunk my teeth into it, I will be 100%, no matter what, 100% into it. There's no question. I will not give up. I will not stop. You know, it's just who I am. For sure. I'm not sure about real world trading because I never really got into that, but I have some expensive blueprints. My biggest complaint about EVE was fun. I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the group of people I was with. I have a player from Belgium on this channel, but I was playing with another person from Belgium on EVE, and Australia, a lot of different places. Great people. Lots of great conversations on Discord with these people. But the problem that I had with EVE was you could be sitting there mining for 3 hours, filling your ship, you know, with material, and then out of the blue, some raider will just show up, destroy your ship, steal everything you have in the matter of 5 minutes, and all that work is gone. And I get it. I get the fact that that's sort of the excitement of the gameplay. But for someone like me, who's just a lot of the time a single player farmer, if you will, it just wasn't fun for me, that aspect of it. So I had to stay in safe. And like I said, I don't even mind the attack per se, maybe. But I was just so outclassed by the types of ships that they had. I had no defense whatsoever. And the fact they could roll in and within seconds, you're gone. You didn't even have a chance to fight back or escape or anything. And if you had any kind of like implants in your brain that were giving you like bonuses on mining and all that, my goodness, you'd lose a lot of credits, a lot of money for nothing, just for a few seconds, you know. So that kind of blew the game for me personally. I just wasn't into that. Yeah, exactly. Massive clans, all that stuff. It just sucked. It was just frustrating. So we would have to go out. Now, what I did enjoy was I enjoyed the mining parties, and some of the higher level players, we'd get another alliance to join us that had like some legitimate players, and they would guard us. So we'd be able to be in a dangerous area and be mining, and if somebody showed up, there was somebody that was always scouting, and if a dangerous looking person came in, they would give us a heads up. We would all run for our lives, and then they would destroy the perp, if you will. And that was fun. I did enjoy that, but it was very rare that we were able to establish any kind of protective units or protection to make the game fun like that for me. And the other sad thing is you'd have this very expensive ship, and they would attack you in the safe area, and then, of course, the Galactic Police would show up and destroy them, but they just destroyed a super expensive ship with a really crappy little destroyer ship. That kind of sucked, too. It was not balanced. My ship should have, like, even if it was just a mining ship, there should be at least some defense stuff on it. Maybe I can't attack, but maybe just defense. And that's kind of my complaint, I guess, against EVE. For sure. So we're just slowly, we're on double speed. I'm going to put it on triple speed. We're just slowly eating out this asteroid, eating out the resources, getting rid of this biome, if you will. Lots of fun. Lots of fun. It's pretty early yet. Usually I don't stream until about 5 o'clock. So I'm a little bit early. Hopefully some of our regulars will jump on board when they can. Remember to always keep one space between the dupe and the land that you want them to go on, because they can't jump more than one square across. So like I'm doing 2 squares there, so I would have to make some kind of ladder or something if I wanted them to cross that threshold. Yep, fun times. That little room there they're working around is a Biobot builder room. I'm most likely not going to be using that room. What that room does is story trait Biobot builder. My duplicants have discovered a laboratory full of dusty machinery. The vestiges of another colony's experiments, perhaps. It is unclear whether the apparatus is intended for biological experimentation or advanced metatronics, or both. And basically what this does, it will allow you to build Betty. I think that's what they call her, Betty or Peggy. And it's basically a little biobot. It's a little creature that is fed zombie spores. And it helps you around your base and stuff. But zombie spores are pretty hard to deal with, because they definitely they turn your dupes into kind of zombies, of course. And then they're like -5 on all their buffs for the most part, which kind of sucks. Yeah, just doing our thing. We got a yellow alert still. Where's that yellow alert from? Oh, that. I didn't change it back. There we go. I got rid of it. We're going to be digging that open, and then we're going to be using some of the aforementioned. It's actually pretty good cold around that area already. We're going to be getting some of that cold, icy salt water out. I got to get better with my screenshots too for YouTube to make them more interesting looking. We've got another pod. Yep. This printing pod has been so terrible to me. So terrible. I'm used to getting things I can use, and this thing hasn't given me crap. I gotta move that ice before it melts. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I need to move that over here to the water, so they'll move all that ice. Yeah, I probably should. You're right. Instead of posting the whole 4 hours there. You're right. I got to learn how to do that. One thing at a time, I guess. But there they go. Get that ice over there. Drop that ice down. That ice will eventually melt. Every 1,000 kilograms of ice turns into an entire square of water. And it's pretty clean water. This is where all my dirty pee water's going. It's being converted back into water, fed into a buffer tank, and then it goes into the restroom. Eventually, we'll have to siphon some of this off because it'll fill, and then it'll back it up, and then they'll start peeing, and they'll start pooping everywhere, which is not fun to deal with. And here comes some more polluted water. He doesn't like the water up there. Right now, I'm going to do close-ups of dupes as my thumbnail. I think. If I see them doing something that I think is fun. That's what I did for my first one. We got a little bit of polluted oxygen building up in the base. Yep. And welcome to everybody else who's viewing. If you don't mind, say hi in the chat. Talking is not required, but it's always nice to know who I'm talking to. Right now, we're just working on cleaning out the rest of this biome, and then we're going to go after this cool salt slush geyser, and then we're going to be trying our hand at getting some gold here. We got a gold volcano, and I've got to get enough steel to build a volcano tamer. I decided I'm not going to... I was originally going to do a cooling loop for my base, but I've decided to do... because I'd rather have the refined metal, and then I can do a cooling loop later. For sure. Yeah, we're just cleaning out rooms, getting the water to drop for us. Yep. There's a Biobot builder here. The Sonian synthesizer is down here somewhere, but I don't really use those. I probably should. I've seen Echo Ridge use them a few times, and they seem very helpful. All right. Cycle 185, 133,000 kcals. Starting to drop a little bit because they're not cooking. They're not cooking right now. Looks like another ice biome up here. Check heat. Oh, I'm sorry, I hit gases. I meant heat. All right. I like Wheezeworts. Uh-oh. Wheezeworts are good. Somebody keeps almost suffocating and then finding breath. I'm not sure who that is. Oh. Great place to sleep, my friend. And he's sick. He's got the slime lung. Not good. Dig in this way. Let the water out. Let the water out. He's not going to be very happy as he's going to have soggy feet. That's something else I don't like is this is 83 degrees. And if he's in water, he gets the chilly surroundings debuff. But it's not chilly. So I'm not 100% sure why they're getting the chilly surroundings. Hey, Nabusco, what's up, buddy? Doing well. I'm going to play until about 8:15. I got an important phone call. And then after that, I'll be able to maybe log in again later and play some more. Or I may just decide to call it a night since I was late yesterday. Uploaded my first video to YouTube today, so that was cool. Good. I'm glad you're doing good. Got a hold of some more of my work friends, which is always nice. Nabusco, you're like my #1 guy, man. You're always here. I so appreciate you, man. I really, really do. So the plan today, my boy, is we're going to go ahead and clean out the rest of this biome. I mean, it's a huge biome. And then we're going to probably get into this cool slush salt geyser. And then maybe get us some gold. We're looking for gold. Get us some of that juicy gold. The old prospector. Yep, we're going to be the old prospector. Getting us some gold in them hills. Plus, there's a lot of gold still in here. Not as much gold as I would like. But there is gold amalgam. But we all know what it is. Metal ore. Yeah, I'm on triple speed right now. I'm probably just going to go 4 times speed to keep us moving a little quicker. Probably the only complaint I have about the game is if you're impatient, sometimes it's really hard to sit and wait for them to dig out, go back and forth from the base, that kind of a thing. It's just hard, and I don't want all this polluted oxygen coming into the base, but it certainly would be smart of me to open up a door on this side of the base. So they're not having to go in, around, down, across, and up. So what I might do is I might create a way for them to get in and out here. I think I'm going to do that. We're going to add here. And there. And then we'll get rid of these 2. We'll do an oxygenator. I'm not too worried about heat. The difference between 79 and 88 isn't that huge. But we're going to create a shortcut for them. I'm not worried about how pretty it looks or anything like that. Do we have a Weezwort, I wonder? We do not. We'll probably go ahead and dig one up. Gonna uproot this Weezwort. We got a freaking ton of phosphorite, 149 tons. So that'll be good. Yep, we'll dig up that Weezwort and we'll put it over here. I think we only need 2 for that. Oh, printables are available. Let's check it out. Huh. He would be a very good Metatronics engineer. And he's super productive. We have 8. Should we go 9? Nice. Nice, Nabusco. That sounds great. Take some screenshots eventually and show us. I think I'm going to go with May. I don't want to take another dupe, but I cannot ignore the fact that she's strong and a +3, so she got 7 strength, and she can become a sorry, I'm going to answer a quick text that I just got. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to take her. May. Our supplier. Operator. I really didn't want another dupe, but let's make sure we get her on a schedule. She'll be on shift 2. Dang. Now she's got like 9 strength. She can carry a lot. I bet it is, dude. How many dupes do you have now on your base? Are you still at 8? Or did you grab any more? So my plan is I'm going to go ahead and set this up to be a shortcut. I'm going to put a Wheezewort in the middle. I'm going to put 2 doors on each side, and that'll help get them up here much quicker. Temporary. Bunch of temporary stuff. We have found so much more algae, though, so our base should live a lot. Holy crap, there's a big spider on my wall. Hold on. I'm going to go mute for a second. I got a spider alert. Well, I don't know where he jumped to, but he did jump away. And I am not excited that there is a big black spider on my floor. Somewhere behind my computer. And he could bite me in my foot anytime. I'm not a big fan of spiders. That's cool. Well, hopefully you get to space, and hopefully I can get this spider. Sorry I had to jump away for a minute, but like I said, I am not a fan of spiders, so forgive me. Okay. All right. We've got our first little room here. A shortcut, if you will. If I scream like a little girl, a spider is crawling on me, and I may have to go mute. I'm kind of a little freaked out about the spider. Kind of a baby when it comes to that kind of thing. So I think that's a good idea. Right now, the dupe's path for getting out is to come down, go around the water, come down, come out here, drop down, go through our liquid lock, and then work their way all the way back up here. But this should save us a lot of time and effort. And this liquid lock is really no longer necessary, considering that it doesn't matter. Polluted oxygen's going on both sides. Good. We're good. Now we just need to get this open. I really need them to build this real quick. There you go. Now get it up and running so we can get the cold air. What up, Hunter? Thanks for joining me, buddy. Just built a little shortcut so my dupes don't have to go the long way around and through some water to get into the base. They can just go through right here, and our Weezewort's going to chill the oxygen down so this hot oxygen won't affect our base too bad. And then these will not allow any polluted oxygen to get through. Some more water. We'll go ahead and get rid of the rest of this. All right. Dance, that little dinosaur. We're still just exploring. For the most part. Found a cool salt slush geyser, though. So we'll be going after that today later. For sure. I appreciate everybody who's watching. Don't be shy. I always like to know who I'm talking to. You can always say hi in chat. Doesn't mean you have to talk. But it's fun. It's fun to know who's here. We're going to clean out the side. Looks like we've got another gravitas building here. Maybe it's our... I don't know what it's going to be. Let's see. All right, here we go. I just took a dupe last round, so I'm just going to go for the Dreco. I already have too many dupes. There we go. How are my guys doing down here? Are your scales 100%? They are, so I'm going to move this to 0. I'm going to move this to 9. And I'm going to first start with the glossy Drecos. Scale, 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 100%. So what I'm doing is I'm going to wrangle them so that we're able to shear their scales for plastic. Plastic is a super, super, super important resource in this game to get to the mid game. And that's really... It's like somebody peed. Yep, someone peed. They couldn't use the restroom. The restroom's like 1, 2, 3, 4 floors down, and they couldn't use the restroom. They're out of water. Why are they out of water? Something went wrong because this is awaiting delivery. So I need to put that on super high. They're going to pee because the water tanks are full. Not good. Come on now. Can someone get our PP water some sand? I would appreciate it. Finally, there we go. And now we'll see all that PP water is moving and getting cleaned. Thank goodness. Nice. The power zone is always good. Not as good as a narcoleptic stopping for a nap, but good. And now we have this shortcut, so we should see all this dug out so much quicker. Now they don't have to go the long way around. And we're dealing with our temps. Yep. Thank you, Taco Knight, for the subscription. And I appreciate Nemesis subscribing. Yep, I appreciate it. I really just want to dig in there. I'm tired of waiting. I'm just going to go for it. I really don't care. I'm going to get our cold slush geyser out and start freezing the shiest out of this area. For sure. I think the salt water needs to be at... yeah, 18 degrees. It's going to freeze that for sure. We're going to create our own ice biome. Still at 0% stress. Nobody's sick right now. Nobody's fertilizing our plants. We're getting down in calories. So let me set a farmer up. Okay. There he is. We want to get him wrangled. Gonna drop that down. We're just gonna do a layer like this. Then we're gonna dig all this out to make a temp tank. This should help us get a temp tank for our cold slush salt geyser, which is going to be, that's a game changer, of course. Total game changer, I'm happy to say. All right, 71 degrees. We're not out of... oh my god, we're out of dirt. That's what happened. All right, time to build more mushrooms. Lots and lots of more mushrooms. So at 5 plants per dupe, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're going to need 45, but we have no more dirt. I'll have to use clay. So once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. We're going to have to reroute this. I didn't realize we were totally out of dirt. Holy cow. Not the best thing to run out of. Yeah. I don't know, because we're going to talk tonight. Not for a job, but him and I are going to talk about an important email that I'm writing. What? How did that happen? Hunter, I didn't time you out on purpose. How did that freaking happen? All right, well, I just accidentally timed someone out, but I don't know how that works. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go mute real quick. Sorry. I accidentally timed someone out in chat that I didn't mean to. And I don't know how the heck that happened. I don't know how to do that. Yeah. Ooh, yes, Weezewort. I'll take that. Weezewort, Weezewort. I love me some Weezewort. We've got this little nifty, and it's doing its job. It's heating up the polluted oxygen that's getting in there before it gets into the base, hopefully. Yeah, it's doing all right. And then the second one's the backup. Maybe I should add a third. I don't know. But that works, and the Weezewort's keeping it cool. That works. That's going to fill our base with oxygen. To protect it, though, I may end up doing this. My bases tend to be overrun with deodorizers. LOL. Alright, let's get that Subliminator, that's what it's called. Get rid of that bleach stone. We'll just toss it over here in the water so it doesn't off gas. What we're doing is we're going to go after this cool slush salt geyser. Yep. Cool slush salt geyser. And we're going to start cooling everything down. Maybe too much. I don't know. We're going to try to tame a gold volcano here shortly. Yep, into our first hour. We're doing pretty good. Let's get rid of that bleach stone. I mean, honestly, would it be terrible if I mixed the brine and the salt water? Maybe not. Maybe it wouldn't be so terrible. Or created a way for them to intermingle with one another. Since they're so close together. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I want them to intermingle. This should help us with our gases, so we're not getting unwanted gases into the base. We're out of food. $130 tons right now. Maybe I didn't do that low enough. Maybe I need to do it one lower. How much steel do we have? We're up to 2,400 steel. We're out of lime. Damn. We're out of lime. That sucks. We need lime. Time to get rid of all this. We'll get some dirt back. Now we're going to head over here and we're going to grab the rest of the Drecos. They're all regular Drecos to get them sheared for their reed fiber. Well, actually, I want to do this. Actually, leave those at glossy. These at regular. Set that to 9 and this to 9. And now we'll just alternate them. But I need meal lice for them to eat, right? So, oh, the spider's back. Hold on. I gotta go real quick. He got away again. I am not good at catching spiders. I'm going to have to get my daughter next time. LOL. She is a much better spider catcher than I am, for sure. All right, we're going to need to dig up some more dirt. Yeah, I have a pet. The spider is this wild spider I saw crawling on the wall. It's a pretty big black spider. It's not my pet. It's just a spider that somehow got in the house. This was my second attempt to kill or get. I don't want to kill it. I don't like killing if I don't have to, but it was my second attempt at capturing this spider. And in Virginia, we have something called wolf spiders, which are pretty big. Can grow very big. They're not very, I do have a pet. We have a cat named Cheeto, and that's the actual picture of my cat that's on my profile picture. But spiders, or this spider, it's not huge. It's probably half the size of my thumb, and my thumb's on the bigger size. We got a skill. Miss May. Let's get her to Metatronics Engineering. That would be huge. We'll get this all dug out. Still trying to decide if I want them to mingle with one another, the two liquids. No, the cat's not hunting spiders. I am. The cat's not in the office with me. I'm sitting in my office. That's where my computer is. And the cat is outside. And maybe it's back already, but he went outside. He doesn't leave the yard. He kind of hangs out in our front area, sleeps on our, there's a step to the entrance of our house. And he sort of just sleeps there. Sometimes he'll lay in the backyard by our back door. Very good cat. Very good cat. One of the best cats I've ever owned. And when I was a young man, I've had a lot of cats. He's a talker, too. Oh, he just talks like crazy. He's definitely a talker cat. Yep. All right. We're going to uncap this baby here soon. Get rid of that real quick. I want to do the top first. Lime, just what we needed. We need more iron. 71 tons of iron. I think I'll do that. Good. How's the temp? Only 86 degrees. I love it. I love it. Now I'm worried that spider's going to crawl on me. There's nothing worse than the feeling of a spider crawling on you. Ugh, that is terrible. All right, everybody's shaved. So, and probably have eaten. They're all glum, but that's okay. We're going to send them back to the hydrogen chamber. All right. Good. It's ready. At least temporarily, it's not going to share its coldness with that area down here and kill those guys. I just may end up cleaning it all out anyway. There's no point in... That's working well. Probably should get you wrangled. Nice, nice. Yeah, I wish the cat hunted spiders, but it is not in its wheelhouse, unfortunately. All right, cycle 197, 107,000 calories and dropping till we get all the mushrooms up and running. We've got them coming, though. We got plenty of slime. 67 tons of it. I mean, I guess it's not plenty, but we're going to have to get to meat here soon. Once we get that going, we'll have water, and we could probably go bristleberries. Bristleberries only require water and light. And our Metatronics engineer should be up and running soon, so we should be able to start building our automation and all that good stuff. Yep. We're going to have to start making an egg room soon. Letting them pips out. Few have gotten lost here and there, but so be it. Come on, we need you to get up there. Is there a reason why it's Oh, I see what I did wrong. My bad. There you go, guys. You can get up there again. Go on up, go on up. We're going to start working on our base after we get the gold going. I think the spider knows I'm after it too. That's the sad part. Come on, guys. What's going on? Are we sleeping? Oh, they're cooking again. Well, that's good. Getting some fried mushrooms back on the menu. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're almost there. Almost there. I need more dirt. There's dirt up here I can dig out. Probably gonna have to wild grow them, I think. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I totally forgot about that. We're totally going to wild grow them. I didn't even think about it. Totally didn't think about it. Heck yeah. I wasted all my dirt after I got my pips when I could have just wild planted everything. Dang, I'm dumb sometimes. Alright, so we're going to put this here because I don't want them to plant there. I want that to be open. I'm going to put this as the first hole. I'm now going to move that pip up here. Okay, who's suffocating? Okay, they're good. Now you may notice buildings in my menu that are not vanilla, and that's okay. I do a lot of modding. Or I don't do a lot of modding. I play with a lot of mods. But I'm going to attempt not to use, unless it's a quality of life for the most part. All right, cycle 200. We're almost there. Cycle 200. There you go, buddy. Go wild plant some meal ice. My friend, wild plant that meal ice, please. There we go. I shouldn't be afraid of that, but... Perfect. The mealwood's growing. Alright, plant that wild meal ice, my friend. Yeah, mods are good. Some of the buildings I like a lot. But I don't think Kasumi plays mods. So I'm trying to play the way she would play, or he would play. I mean, we're pretty much done with all of our research for the most part. Not much left at all to do. I went a long time with no research. Normally my research is done by... let's see, is there a mealwood growing yet here? Not yet. I'm going to cancel all that for now. I'm going to eat critters. Come on. Is it growing? It is growing. All right, let's do the next one. That's the pip planting mod. It tells you whether or not a pip can plant a seed in that spot. And it is determined by how many plants are near it. I'm going to go ahead and unlock this bad boy. And let it start spilling its beautiful juice. Because I don't know when it'll go dormant. And I want some of that wonderful juice before it does go dormant. And it's going to be pretty nice. You're going to see this 84 degrees get real cold real fast once somebody uncorks it. Yeah, it comes out at 14 degrees Fahrenheit. So I guess it's not negative. For some reason I thought it was negative, but it still would instantly freeze ice. That's for sure. Here it goes. It's going to start erupting. Let's see how the temperature goes. This will be fun. There you go. Look at that temperature change. The dark blue. Yep. It'll start exchanging temps with everything. Anything off-gassing will suddenly stop gassing off as that liquid brine gets... Oh, it's just wonderful. We'll let that build up for a while. Look how quickly the temp changes. It's already 80, 77. Because remember, this water's coming out at like 14 degrees. So 14 degrees is crazy good. I love it. It's going to freeze this whole area. I love it. Yay. How are we doing over here with our plants? Is there a mealwood growing there? It is. Get the next one down. See if the pimp... it may not be able to. Because there's 3... Excuse me. There's too many plants next to it, so we're going to do the next one. Check. Too many plants. Check. Too many plants. Check. Alright, it can plant again there. I didn't even think about doing natural. This is exciting. Look at that temperature change. And it's just going to keep going down and down and down and down. Yep, I love it. Let's start prepping.